and welcome back to the Victory TV. To my returning subscribers and my returning viewers, Karibuni, this is how we do it. Thank you so much for your endless support. And if this is your first time here, my name is Joy Victory, and this channel is not just about perfection, it's about truth, it's about growth, it's about healing, and it's about wisdom for everyday life. Honestly, been a long time since I last went live or uploaded consistently. Sometimes life happens, growth too happens at a point, and also reflections at times do happen. So sometimes silence is not absence, but preparation. I was preparing myself for more and more wellness sessions with you. Yeah. So today I'm back, and before I say anything, just from the title of the video, as the title of the video suggests, before I say anything, let me first start by thanking you all. Let me thank you for holding space for me even when I was quiet. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for those people who have been share. Thank you to those people who have actually been sharing my live streams and also my videos. Thank you for believing in this vision that I carry. Because of you, we are now at 280 subscribers. An applause for every single person who subscribed. I'm really grateful for the 280 subscribers that I've received. And to some people, I know you may feel that it's a small amount, but to me, it's you may actually feel that 280 is small, but to me, 280 is real lives. It's actually 280 lives, 280 minds, 280 hearts that really love me genuinely. So I really do honor you. I honor every single one of you. And once joining in, Karibuni Sana. Thank you so much for joining my live stream today. And if you haven't actually subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. That is the only way you can actually support me. Make sure you also watch my videos, the ones that I've uploaded before, and also please support me by just watching the last episode that I think it was 8 days ago. It connects deeply with today's conversation, and actually it's gonna give you more context about this season of a channel that I'm doing. So before we settle in, let me also remind you that I do offer professional voiceover services, from commercials, from documentaries, from TV and radios, audiobooks, corporate narrations, businesses, YouTube content, and to even social media campaigns. I do offer them at affordable prices. I deliver clear, warm, professional voice work that connects, and all contact details are in my description. You can actually go there, but if you're too lazy to visit my description page, my contact is +254 790 +254 790 377926. And now, family, tonight is not rushed. Tonight is not scripted for numbers, It's not, it's basically for depth. And I don't have a trending topic, but I also don't have a gossip, but I have something that is good for us. It's actually a life lesson. So tonight's story is entitled "You Cannot Save Every Drowning Soul." I think that's the title from how you all have seen it. Jay-Z 1966. Hi, how are you doing? Where are you watching me from? And kindly, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. That is the only way that you guys can really support my work. Karibuni sana. In Swahili we say karibuni sana. So the title of the title of this live stream is "You Cannot Save every drowning soul. And we're going to take our time so that for those people who have actually joined late, and for those people who are early, you can actually like breathe, take a breath, and enjoy this session. I think it's gonna take at most 30 minutes, or if it actually extends, it might extend to 45 minutes or even 1 hour. I'm from British. Is British a country? Why are you lying? Anyway, welcome. Feel free to be here. I really do appreciate your presence. Yeah. And for those people who have actually been joining my live streams, you all know that I love storytelling. I love making stories about icons, about great icons, be it African, be it European, you know. I always make stories. At times I do self narrations, and I always like create a story that resonates with the topic that I have at hand. So today we're talking about you can't save a drowning soul, and I'm going to use this great personnel by the name Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is actually he was he's now late, but he was South Africa's first African president, and he has also been through things that made him a great leader. So we are going to discuss about him. He has written books. For those people who love reading books, you can go look for his books. You can understand more about him. He had his books. So yeah, so we are going to discuss Nelson Mandela. And he's also, remember that he's actually a remembered hero. He was a liberator, he was a peacemaker from the word go. And before he actually became an icon that we all know and admire, he was a man who believed he could fight every injustice personally. Yeah. Jay-Z, I just like asked you a simple question. I can see your flag. Yeah, I'm not differing with it. I just like asked you if you are a British. Okay, you said you're from British. So like I was asking you if British is a country or someone who stays or someone who comes from Britain. Yeah. So yeah, I was giving a story about Nelson Mandela. So he was actually a young activist, and he carried the weight of people in his chest. He wanted freedom, he wanted justice, and he wanted equality, because by then South Africa was experiencing racism. Yeah, from the whites. So it was experiencing racism at that moment, and that's why Nelson Mandela wanted equality and he wanted justice for South Africans. And like many of us who really love people deeply, he believed that giving everything of himself was the only way to show love to South Africa. But in the process, prison happened. He was taken to jail. So for me to be able to understand that all of us are in this together, I want to know who knows where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. Kindly feel free to use the comment section box to just like write the place where he was imprisoned. And I also want someone else to tell me how many years was he imprisoned. Okay, just to save on time. So prison happened when he wanted to liberate the whole of South Africa. So he was imprisoned for 27 years, and he was imprisoned at Robben Island. And Robben Island was actually not just a physical prison, it was a school for him, it was a school of wisdom to him, and it taught him to reflect that prison stripped him of illusions, especially the illusions that love without limits saves everyone. You understand? Yeah. Bernard Makoha. Hi. How are you, Bernard? Where are you watching me from? Kindly feel free to be here. I do wellness topics, wellness conversations. My main aim here is to just help someone heal from childhood trauma or maybe traumatic experiences that they encountered in life. Yeah. So that is, actually, this is a home to everyone. It's a safe space for every single person who is watching me. It's Layla. Okay. Okay. So I was talking about Nelson Mandela before I responded to a text here on the description box. So I was actually telling you that he was imprisoned in Robben Island, and to him it wasn't just a physical prison. It was a prison that shaped him. It was a prison actually that instilled wisdom in him. It taught him that, what did I say? I said like it taught him that loving everyone without limits. You understand? That is how he deeply loved South Africa. Oh, it's Layla. This is my dad's phone. Wow. How are you, Layla? Say hi to your dad. Okay. So what do I mean by this? There is actually a lesser non-reflection about Mandela. He actually shared later on when I think he was out of the prison that, and he gave a topic about human panic. He observed how men under pressure became dangerous. That is now a topic related to what is it? It's a topic related to human panic, I mean. He said that not because these people who are under panic are evil, but it's because fear removes reasons from them. And with this, I'm going to equate it to a life lesson that most of us, maybe some of us are conversant with it and some of us are not. We're going to equate this to swimming theories. In swimming and rescue trainings, for those people who are actually professional lifesavers, they're taught a role that do not rush to save a drowning person who is panicking. It's part of the lessons they're taught during swimming classes. Listening, Vicky. Wow, thank you. I'm glad you're listening to me. I really do appreciate you. So yeah, I was saying that the release taught that when they're going through the sessions, the training sessions of them becoming now professionals when it comes to swimming, they're taught that they're not supposed to save a drowning soul that is panicking. And I know someone out here might be asking, why is this person taught listen? Okay, what am I listening to kindly? You can as well just type your concern. I'll read it down here. Andika kitu ulikuwa unataka kuniambia nitasoma. Yeah. So they're always taught that, mostly when someone is drowning, a drowning person does not think logically. They grab everything around. They always try to grab everything because they're in a panic mode. John Muturi said hi. Hi John, where are you watching me from? And to my new subscribers, to my new members, kindly subscribe to my channel. So when someone is drowning, they grab anything, they climb on you, they can even climb on you. And that's why mostly you're always told that you shouldn't go and save them from in front. Instead, you go from behind. And this is the reason they push you under to stay afloat. They always have some sort of strength because they're trying to find stability. So they'll try to grab things around, they'll try to push things out because they're trying to stay afloat. They're drowning. This is somebody who has already panicked. You understand? And if you're not trained or cautious, both of you mostly will drown. When this person, I'm telling you, this person is trying to find balance, he's trying to stay afloat. So mostly they'll try to push things, they'll try to grab anything possible to keep them staying afloat. So if you just go right in front of them, they'll also make you weak and you both can end up drowning. So Nelson Mandela realized that many oppressed people are always angry broken people have actually behaved the same way. You know, these angry, oppressed people and even the broken people always behave the same way. And it's similar to the people who are drowning. They're all drowning, you know. Someone who is oppressed, someone who is angry is also drowning. John Miruri, hi from Kenya. Hi John, kindly subscribe to my channel. Bernard Makoha, ni baba, my dad, I hate him. Why do you hate your dad? Why? What has he done to you? Unaweza tu andika hapo, I'll still help you. And also, I'll give you my number so that we can have a one-on-one conversation, because maybe you are not okay to speak about your dad here. So we can have a one-on-one session so you can tell me more. He beat you. Why? You know, at times, even the Bible says in the book of Proverbs that uh, a, a rod cannot kill a child. So maybe you offended him and he rightfully caned you, or maybe he's beating you for no reason. So like, I need to understand, why is he beating you up? Like, what did you do, or what is actually the cause of all this? You can help me understand it so that I can know how to help you. Yes. So I was explaining about now this drowning concept. Now the people who are bitter, the people who are angry, most of them are always similar to the people who are drowning inside a pool of water. You understand? So mostly if you rush in emotionally, blindly, and without limits, they'll pull you down with them. This is when Nelson Mandela actually learned restraint. He learned strategy, and he also learned timing and discipline. And I remember in one of the TV stations that he was once interviewed, he said that he learned that being angry all the time would destroy him before it destroyed the enemy that he was up to, that he was trying to fight. You understand? And that lesson is not just a political lesson, but it's a personal lesson that any other person can take home. Yeah. You don't know why your dad beat you up. Please, okay, go to my description. You'll find my number there. Kindly text me on WhatsApp, or you can call me tomorrow. Don't call me right now because I'm live streaming, so I don't want to get interferences. I'll talk to you and we can discuss further about it, okay? Thank you. Now, as I was talking about this, I was trying to say that it's actually a personal lesson that any other person can take home. And for those people who are always interested in swimming, interested in swimming, most of you will actually be taught on how to be professional life rescuers, professional lifesavers, and mostly you're taught on four things. You are taught actually the four stages of how you can help someone who is drowning when it comes to swimming theorem. Number one, you're always taught to recognize the danger. Number two, you're taught on how to assess the victim's behavior. And number three, you're taught on how to protect yourself first before protecting this person who is drowning. And number four, you'll actually be taught on how to rescue only when it's safe. So with all these 4 points, I want us now to understand the different ways of how this topic is broad. I want us to understand how broad this topic is. So these 4 points are it's actually not selfishness. I know somebody might say it's selfishness. It's not. This is wisdom, and life works the same way. So you cannot save a drowning soul, and remember that some people are drowning, but they're also fighting help. When it comes to, you cannot save every drowning soul. Some people actually are drowning, but they're also fighting help. They don't want to basically get help in a way that someone can understand me. You don't want, okay, no problem. So some people, they say they want help but fight solutions. What do I mean when I say this? Most of these people actually cry, but they always refuse change. They're not open to creating change. Most of these people basically complain, but they always reject accountability. So there's a tale that says that you cannot shave a man's head when he's asleep. I don't know I don't know how it's related, but it's just a tale. It's an African tale. And there is this topic about donkeys. You clean a donkey, but it will show its wrong appreciation by dirtifying itself. I think that best explains this whole concept of how you cannot shave a man's head when he's asleep. And even Jesus himself in the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 37, he said that he longed to gather people, but they were actually unwilling. So remember that unwilling hearts can never be rescued. Yeah. Another point you need to take home is that panic makes people dangerous. Bernard, I've given you Layla, I gave you a solution. I told you to kindly text me on WhatsApp. We can talk. Because this crying emoji, don't be scared of me. I'm just an easy person. I'm your sister. I'm just a sister to anyone. I create a safe space without judging anyone. So you can just like hit me up on DM, and I'll always be ready to listen to you. I can help you from there. Yeah. Instead of you crying here, because crying won't solve anything. You understand? Yeah. So I was talking about this, I was giving actually another topic, another point. Panic makes people dangerous. Remember that a panicking person will hurt you unintentionally. As I was giving an example of how these people always try to stay afloat, they'll always try to grab anything around them. And mostly you'll find yourself drowning because they've overpowered you. So you drowning is not because they wanted you to drown, it happened unintentionally. My stick morning, hi, how are you doing? Kindly subscribe to my channel. You're from Kenya. Which part of Kenya kindly? Karibu sana. I really do appreciate you being here. And the easiest way you can do is to support me by just subscribing to my channel. Asante sana. So, I was actually saying that, I was explaining, this person is trying to stay afloat, and they always just have some sort of, I don't know if it's strength. This is a strength, it's some strength that you can't control, because they're trying to fight, they're trying to find to stay afloat, they're trying to find anything that can stabilize them. So you going right in front of them, you'll also drown with them. So you drowning with them is not that they wanted you to drown with them. They were helpless and they needed help. So most of these people will always hurt you unintentionally. And that's why in most cases you'll always find that in a river or maybe in a swimming pool, someone has drowned, but they drowned with somebody who was trying to save them. You understand? Yeah. So mostly in life, in normal life, when I relate it to now what happens in the swimming pools, these people you're trying to save, these people who are under panics, by saying that they're the most dangerous people, they'll always insult you. They'll make sure that they've drained you. They'll always manipulate you, and not because they hate you, but it's because fear has taken over them. So a key lesson that Mandela said was that he learned that emotional discipline is also a way of survival. Asante sana, ni mzuri kukujua pia, nashukuru. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Yeah. So what else? Another point that someone can also take home from this whole conversation is that love without boundaries is self-destruction. For so many times I've been teaching people on how to create boundaries. I realize that most of us don't know how to set boundaries. So yeah, in the book of Proverbs, I like reading Proverbs actually is my favorite book in the Bible. I like reading it mostly. In the book of Proverbs chapter 25 verse 28, it says that like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. And remember that Boundaries are like walls. Walls protect cities. In most cities, you'll find that they have created walls. In some good, okay, here in Africa, not in the American continent, here in Africa, most homesteads, people always build perimeter walls, and mostly it's because of security. So walls are meant to protect these homesteads. Boundaries are these walls. Like, when there is this wall, you just can't come and attack someone from the inside. You understand? So by this, I'm trying to mean that the God that follows everyone ends up in the bush. It's just a tale that you need to understand. You know, yeah. Bernard ona mimi ni mtoto. Anyways, so yeah, so that is actually what I was trying to say. Another point before I got distracted was that some lessons require consequences. And also, when it comes to these people who actually go for life-saving trainings, they're always taught on sometimes, they're always told sometimes to wait until the victim is exhausted before they go and help this person who is drowning. And that is why in most cases, in some swimming pools, you'll find somebody drowned, and then people will be like, where were the trainers? Where were these people who were supposed to come and save them? It's not because these people were trying to, it's not because they were ignorant, but mostly it's because they were like trying to protect themselves from this person who was drowning. And I've explained that a person who drowns has got a panic, already panic has taken over. The body has gained some sort of strength that is kind of anonymous, kind of, you know. So this person actually might make you drown too. So at times, these people who are taught on how to save people that are drowning, they're also taught that they need to let the victim get exhausted first before they go and help this particular person who is drowning. You understand? Yeah. Vincent Ovino said hi. How are you? Kindly subscribe to my channel. Yeah. So what was I saying? So when you wait for this person to get exhausted first, and then you go like and rescue this person, you will rescue them without feeling any, you won't feel drained. You understand? So in life, consequences at times humbles people. And in the book of, even I think it's in the book of Galatians chapter 6 verses 5, it says that each one should carry their own load. So remember that helping too early can delay growth at times. So this is not in relation to swimming. This one now is in relation to the people that you're trying to save. Some people are always broken beyond repair that you can't go just to help them earlier. You need to stay back and observe these people from afar to learn them fast. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. So that is the thing. So remember another thing that I want someone here who is listening to me, that you're not God, and that is okay. People will judge you when it comes to you not saving everyone. And I can relate this now when it comes to the book of, not to the book of, I'm gonna give it to the story of Jesus and even God himself, God our creator. When we read the stories of creation, the creation stories, it said that God created us from the first day to the sixth day, and on day 7, he rested. Bye, this is my bedtime. Good night, my steak. Good night. Yeah. So, I was giving a story about God. He created the universe in 6 days, and on the seventh day, he rested. And Jesus himself, who is his son, who was sent to the earth to come and save, to bring salvation. And when he was actually doing his, what he was assigned to do, when he was doing his assignments, he healed many people, I understand. And when you read, I don't know the exact verse, but when you read where he was trying, when he was healing this man at the pool of Bethsaida, this lame man was with other people who were there seeking help. But Jesus healed this particular man and left the others. He didn't heal all of them. You understand? And he walked away from crowds. So many times when he was in crowds, people will always want him to perform different kinds of miracles, and he didn't perform some miracles. He instead walked away. And he himself, being the Son of God, also rested. So if Jesus rested, if God too rested, why do you think you shouldn't rest? You person that you're trying to save every single person who is drowning. Why don't you think you should? Okay, why do you think you shouldn't rest? I think this is self-explanatory. So someone who is listening to me can take this home. Another thing, remember that discernment is greater than kindness. Anytime you're trying to help someone who is broken, always pray to God to give you an inner eye, an eye whereby you can see something that no one else is seeing. Always pray that you can receive an inner ear whereby you can hear what no one else can hear. And remember that not everyone who smiles at you is kind. So before helping, watch patterns of these people. Be observative enough to understand that this person needs my genuine help, and this person again doesn't deserve my help. So it's upon you to listen. It's upon you to lie to understand them. You understand? Yeah. I'm called Shama. Okay. Cool. I really do appreciate you. Everyone who is joining in, kindly subscribe to my channel. Yeah. So I was actually saying that it's good when you sit down to observe these people, watch them from afar, understand them, analyze them, know when it's right for you to help them, know when it's right for you to walk away from them. You understand? And that's the same way where life coaches, these seeming life coaches, what they always do before you, okay, when you're trying to drown, most of them always sit back and see. They always sit back to observe what is actually happening with you before they come to your rescue. They just can't come straight to help you. They need to understand what is actually happening before they come to help someone who is drowning. You understand? Yeah. For those people who are saying that my voice is a little bit low, kindly pardon me for that. I have an issue with my voice. So I hope that I'm audible enough to be heard. Yeah. So remember that some people are assigned, and others are also like a lesson. Some people have problems genuinely, yes, and God has assigned them to you for you to help them. And some people have a problem, yes, and God has assigned them to you for you to learn through them. You understand? So not everyone who comes to you in form of a problem comes to seek solution. Some of them have come to actually some of them have actually come to help you learn. So some people are your responsibility, and others are your source of education. And in romance, it helps us to understand the importance of limits. And by limits, what do I mean? It has taught you on how to set boundaries. So for someone who is trying to ask, at your free time, please go read Romans chapter 12, verse 18. You'll understand on how to have limits, you as a human being. So that is another another take home. And also remember that guilt is not a calling when it comes to all this. So feeling guilty does not mean that God has assigned you. So when someone actually has come to confide in you, and then you find yourself feeling guilty, or maybe pitching this person, and you feel like you've not like helped this person enough, it's not like God has sent you to help this person. So that guilt shouldn't be a way of you drowning with this person. You understand? So at times, learn to say no without doing what? Without limiting. Say no without explaining. And I've taught you on how to set boundaries. Good night, girl. Go sleep well. Don't forget to contact me. We'll have a talk tomorrow. Yeah. So another thing that you can also do is that you can love these people from a distance. From a distance. Remember that distance is not hatred, instead, it's wisdom. And even our father, Nelson Mandela, spoke it when he was actually trying to when he was trying to liberate South Africa. He spoke about it, you understand? So always remember that the most important thing that is that your life matters. You cannot save someone who is drowning, who is actually drowning, and then you expect this person to get rescued and you forget about yourself. Remember, I've told you how panic works. It gives someone, they always try to find balance, and nobody should, you shouldn't be letting people to come and find balance in you when you yourself can't stay afloat. So also learn to consider yourself. And remember that there is this tale that always says that the one who carries water must the one who carries water must not spill it at all. And then there is this one common one that I think it's Chinua Achebe who spoke about it. She said, I don't know if it's a she or a he, but she said that Chinua said that the one who carries water, who fetches water for the entire village, should not break the pot. And what happens when this pot breaks? The entire village will lack water. You understand? So that you're that particular pot. You shouldn't be carrying water. You're that pot that actually is fetching water for the entire village. So when it gets broken, that's how the village has gone lost. They'll actually start they'll start going short of water. You understand? Layla, you just said good night, and right now you're saying hi. Derek, Hairu, Mambo Victoria, Salama Okwaje, how are you doing and where are you watching me from? Kindly subscribe to my channel. Yes, I was giving you that. I was trying to let you know that your life really is important. I equated it to this pot that remember that the one who fetches the water for the entire village always make sure that the pot has not broken. Even when they're falling down in a slippery area, they always ensure that this pot has not broken because the entire village is going to lack water. So if you as the most important human being gets drowned, where are we going? Okay, the ones who are dependent on you, how are they going to survive? You understand? So your life really is important. So much. You need to consider your life before considering any other person. And always remember that you can't save every single person who is drowning. Yeah. So I want also to know, maybe someone is here and they want to know, I want to really understand, who are you trying to save at the moment? What keeps you pulling, okay, what keeps pulling you under that moment of you trying to save this particular person? And where are you ignoring the warning signs that this particular person is trying to show as a concern? You're writing to me help and I've given you a solution. Come on. It's tiring. You can imagine the whole conversation is just flooded with you just crying, and I've given you a solution that you can just hit my DM, talk to me there. You can't be speaking about your dad in here and you're not explaining what exactly is happening. You understand? I'm just doing this out of love. I don't want you to speak ill about your dad. I don't want you to hate on your father. And I don't want you to not set your boundaries about when it comes to you and your father. I just want to help you, but I can help you privately. Just take my number and I've even read for you so that you can hit me up and we can talk. It's simple. Kindly. I promised you all that you're not going to take much of our time today. I promised that I'm not going to take more than an hour. I said like it was maybe 30 minutes to 45, and I think that I've spoken what I wanted to speak when it comes to saving a drowning soul. So remember that you people who are my subscribers and my YouTube family, you're a good family of, and I want you to hear me clearly. You are not evil for stepping back. You are not wicked for choosing peace, and you're not selfish for trying to survive. Even Nelson Mandela himself said, "You need to survive." You understand? So even lifeguards save wisely, and I've given you an example of how they save. When someone is drowning, they always come from the behind. When someone is drowning, they always take the time first before coming to save this particular person. They always like watch from a distance to see what is actually happening. So even lifeguards always save wisely. So it's upon you to also save someone who is drowning wisely. You don't have to carry all the burden for everyone. You don't have to be a burden bearer for each and every person who is drowning. At times, when you're not in the right state of mind to listen to someone, let them know that you're not okay to carry their burdens. You know, it's so unfortunate that most people out here will always be suffering, and then their work will always just to be listening to other people's painful stories, and they're also drowning but they can't talk to anyone. So remember that you yourself matters before any other person comes. Okay, you come first. And even Nelson Mandela himself saved a nation because he learned when not to fight, and that's why he even went to prison. So there is this saying that says that wisdom is like fire, and it cooks it cooks your food, but again it can burn your house. I think I've quoted that saying, so I've quoted it well, if I'm not wrong. So use that. I okay just for you to make it clear, for it to be clear enough. This wisdom says that wisdom is like fire. It cooks food, at the same time it can burn your house. You understand? Meaning it can again be destructive in as much as it's important. So use that saying well. And I just want to say thank you for staying with me through this live session. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for engaging with me. Thank you for supporting Joy Victory TV. Thank you for the engagements that we've always been having, the one-on-one sessions, the Q&A sessions, you understand? And I would like to ask you to kindly like my channel, share, and most importantly, subscribe. And also don't forget to comment. As for those people who are asking, I'm Joy Victory. To anyone who has joined in late, I'm Joy Victory. And remember, just from the title of the video, you cannot save every drowning soul, but you can save yourself, and that matters mostly. So until next time, I want you to stay healthy. Remember that your mental health matters too. I love you all. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so much for always joining my live stream each and every day. See you next, maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And I can't wait to meet you all for different topics. You can as well suggest the kind of a topic you want me to talk about, you want me to discuss. You can as well hit my DMs both on Instagram, on emails, and even in WhatsApp, and tell me the next topic you want me to upload an episode for, and also the kind of a topic you want me to tackle next in our next live discussion. And for Layla, thank you so much for hanging in here. I've given you my number. I'm leaving this platform right now. It has been nice connecting with you all, and I really do appreciate you. I know you're saying you're telling me not to go, but I am done with what I wanted to discuss today. So see you next. I love you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, same time. Have a good night. It's late, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.